All right, everybody, here we are. We are talking about molecular nomenclature. How do I know if I use my molecular nomenclature rules? If my compound is made up of only nonmetals. So if I look at this first one, I've got nitrogen, I've got oxide, which came from oxygen. Both of those are nonmetals. I know this is a molecular compound. We're first going to start by converting the name to the formula. I find this direction is pretty straightforward because all you have to do is translate your prefixes into your subscripts. So the prefix di for nitrogen means I have 2 nitrogen. The prefix pent for oxide means I have 5 oxygen. Like a pentagon has 5 sides. So now let's try another one. I've got sulfur. Fluoride came from fluorine, so I'm going to have an S for sulfur and an F for fluoride. How many sulfurs? Di is 2. How many fluorines? Deca, like a decade, is 10. There are 10 years in a decade. Now let's try this one. If there's no prefix on my first element, that means I have one of them. So xenon is Xe. I have one of them. Fluoride, of course, comes from fluorine. The prefix tetra is 4. Just like our tetrahedral molecules have 4 electron domains. And now let's do this last one. No prefix means we have 1 iodine. Fluoride again is F, and hepta translates to 7. So this is IF7. So that direction is pretty straightforward. What about if we're given the formula and we need to write the name? We start with the elements we have. In CO, we have carbon and we have oxygen. Then we look at our subscripts. No subscripts mean I have one of each. My first element, if there's only one, I don't need a prefix, so I would just call this carbon. My second element gets that IDE ending, and it always gets a prefix. So the prefix for one is mono, like in a monologue, one person is speaking. So this is carbon monoxide. Now let's try the next one. I look at my subscripts. 2 chlorines, 8 oxygens. Of course, these are all nonmetals, so I know I'm going to use my molecular prefixes. The prefix for 2 is di. And the first element doesn't have an ending change. So this is dichlorine. And then the prefix for 8 is oct, like an octagon has 8 sides, or an octopus has 8 tentacles. And then we give it that IDE ending, octoxide. Dichlorine octoxide. So let's try the next one. We've got carbon, we've got iodine. 1 carbon means no prefix, we just call it carbon. Then I look at my next one. Iodine is going to become iodide. How many iodides? 4 of them. So I call this tetraiodide. And then the last one, SF6. 1 sulfur means no prefix, I just call it sulfur. And then I have fluorine, which becomes fluoride. How many? I have 6. The prefix for 6 is hexa. Hexa, like a hexagon, has 6 sides. So this is sulfur hexafluoride. Sulfur hexafluoride is a colorless gas, which does the opposite of helium. So if you inhale sulfur hexafluoride, instead of getting a high squeaky voice, you get a low, deep voice.